Cactus crew, how you guys going? I'm going all right, not too good, but I hope you guys are going better. Welcome to my channel. Oh, that's for anyone who is new. Cactus crew, you guys aren't new, but thanks for tuning in. Apologies for being late. I went to that random YouTuber's Instagram to get a post, and it looks like, wow, Leaf. Oh, I can't believe she speaks all these big words towards Emily D. Baker, because really there's no comparison. Katie is like a goddess compared to Emily D. Baker, who is what she called trash. I know, can you believe she went there? But anyway, I screenshotted the post, but then I was late to rolling up here because I had to send them to my computer. Okay, you don't want to deal with that. What you want to hear is that the timestamps for the replay crew can be found in the description box below. You'll also find every other links that I talk about, mainly the Without a Crystal Ball versus Tati playlist is down there, but I also put the links in the pinned comments, make it easier. But yeah, where we've been, because God, I feel like we have been stuck in this Tati lawsuit. I went back to sort of cover it, but it was too good to, so we're just being stuck there. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't know. If you would like to follow me, you can on Twitter, Instagram, and X. Oh my God, that was the first time I've really said it properly. At It's Crystal Bill. Give this video a like, share it, comment below, replay crew, whatever. If I miss something, because oh my gosh, yes, this live we are going to watch is Monotone Central, and this is really what puts Emily D. Baker above Katie Joy when it comes to reading lawsuits and following along and being able to understand. Katie doesn't have that. Well, she doesn't have the tone. And so I tune out. I go into survival mode, tune her out, and just my default is reading her body language. If I miss anything, you can tag me in the comments at Cactus Bill, and I'll chuck it in the timestamp so everyone can be in on the know, because yeah, I missed a lot. Like I have, like recently, well, not recently, since my channel has started, my brain has been evolving along with it. And yeah, I just noticed I missed a lot in stuff, but thank God for shorts, because I'm really good in short form. Okay, guys. Yeah, everything's my own opinion, you know. Where have I been? Oh my God, I feel like I've been gone for years. Have I been gone for so long? Oh, maybe that's the reason I've been feeling down. It's because I haven't hung out on a live with you guys in so long. And oh my gosh, Lauren Elizabeth. Is there another Lauren Elizabeth? Because I came across someone and I almost wanted to ask if you were the same person, but I didn't know how to, put my words together. I was like, surely there's not two. No. But it's good to see you. Good to see you, Goose, and everyone. Look at you guys. It's good to see some Cactus in the chat. If you want to come in, you can have good old chin wag with the Cactus crew. Don't be shy. Not everyone is prickly. Cactuses have flowers. Oh, cacti have flowers. They are special. Oi, cacti juice. I saw some at the supermarket. Yeah, that's how gourmet my section has become in my supermarket. Okay, where are we? What are we doing? So yeah, I wanted to do this just because I saw that post that she's now deleted. So I'm thinking I just want to check if like I didn't even get to organize my screenshots, but I think we should look at the posts. I should have posted them on my Twitter. Yeah, see, I didn't do all that. I didn't think she was gonna delete it. Did you guys think? Like, I'm always surprised. Why would you go that hard at Emily, calling her trash? blaming Emily for swatting. Like, I can't believe how many people have been blamed for swatting, and it wasn't even that. The way she describes it, it wasn't, you know? Um, fuck. Okay, so sorry, this is my brain trying to figure out how do I, yeah, I'll put it in that folder. See, I need to, like, just I wasn't prepared. And time kept ticking away, and then my time was past, and singing always saves the show. But you can see where I'm at. Like, this is my Google Drive. I don't even have I have no idea what I'm clicking on. Oh, this is a bit should have checked before. Surely the first one is the first one. It looks like it might be. Oh. So, can you guys see on the screen? This is when was it posted? It was like, I don't know. I saw it this afternoon, so must have been early morning. If you mention Emily D. Baker on my platform, I will block you. She got my entire lawsuit wrong, led to bullying, swatting, and harassment against my family, and built her channel off hating me. She got my lawsuit wrong. You've already said that, okay? So, no, she didn't. It's hard to get your lawsuit wrong when you're just reading the documents, you know? Plus, it all played out. She got my lawsuit wrong, and my family is still traumatized by her coverage, only because you allow your family to be traumatized. Oh, God, I hope this is the next one. Oh, this is Facebook. See, I went, sometimes she changes it. It's going to be a long. Yeah, okay, this looks like the top one. Okay. Emily Baker, you forgot to put the D. Well, I guess you don't really. I'll let it pass for you. Emily Baker harassed and bullied me. Her channel was nothing before she covered. I don't know if I could, like, cut this too, like, can't stop laughing. It's like my brain's rolling, like my brain is rolling on the floor laughing. She got everything wrong. She participated in group chats and groups dedicated to harassing and exposing me. What? Where? She never corrected her false allegations against me. I was swatted and stalked due to her coverage. Oh my God, like we could just spin the bottle and anyone it lands on, like Creepshow, Chris Lee, Tati. But like Brian Laundrie was at my house, you know, and the FBI showed up. The amount of lies that you can't keep track of because you can't keep your brain is not on track. It's sloshing around. She has never apologized for getting it all wrong. God, I hope this is the next one. Oh, it's not. It's the comments from Instagram. Guys, it's fine. We can do this. Timestamps are so awesome, but how good is it hanging out with me in the parts that don't go right? You know? Oh, where's the end? No. Oh, should we look at the comments then? I guess it's saying. Oh, yeah, look at this one. Where she's telling someone what a SWAT is, trying to KILL someone with police by making a false report of immediate danger at a home. At a hoe. Well, there's no M in your home. Okay, I'll post it on my Twitter afterwards, and I'll include the link in the description box below, because we are going to go watch what are we gonna do now? We're gonna go watch Katie. And I warned you, it's monotone. And also, guys, don't blame me. Cactus crew chose this. So if you want to blame anyone, blame each other. Blame those of you who didn't vote. Look. And this is like my own copy. This is my own copy of hers. I've got to remind myself to keep my
to my normal
face. Keep my mouth in front of the microphone, not go wailing around. Oh, let's bring back memories. I did a video on this, but obviously I didn't do the whole 40 minutes. We'll go fast. Anything I need to say before we... Oh, yeah, should we... Well, we'll talk about what Katie lost halfway through. We'll give her a little bit of a... Let's just get it going, you know? Oh, we don't know how slow it is, so we'll start at 1.5. Oh, gosh. And that's her ego, her hair. Whenever she strokes it. Should I come in a bit closer? Oh, Katie, is that too close? Thank God she's not flicking it up on this side. It would be way too close. Okay, shut up, Bill. I'm going to press play. Do you reckon she might just need eye drops? Like, that is freaky. I didn't even need to put it in slow motion because it was slow enough. She just did the alternating blink where one eye blinks and then the other one is like, oh my God, it's the Katie Mexican wave with her eyelids. It's so freaky. But yeah, I think that might be her giving herself an eye roll because we all know she didn't shut up at all. She wanted to talk. Oh, is it frozen? Oh no. Okay, hold up. It's frozen like at the beginning, so it didn't even go anywhere. So it was just all sound. Oh my gosh, why? How? Oh, is it karma? Oh, look at that. Even I'm just staying on the screen. Is that normal? I don't think so. I think wow. What's going on? Okay. I think I know what's going on. There's 2 videos open. Yeah, not this one. This one. Oh, guys, I left you on the curb and I just went on my lovely way enjoying it. Now I've got to watch it back again. It's okay. Is it? I don't know. Okay, I'll just press play. Sorry. Timestamp people win again. And yeah, thank God, Goose. Thank God I looked up and saw. I was meant to. It was just stuck on that the whole time. Maybe you guys were being saved. Maybe.
Hi guys. I've not been live on this channel for a hot minute. I have been very busy doing all kinds of content related to my normal, regularly scheduled stuff. And I was actually in the middle of a video for my new video about the Duggars. And I got a call from legal people that something that has been in my life for several months has been decided upon and has been dismissed. So I'm not here to really address any comments or questions. I'm just going to share with you what happened in the court, as well as just say that I'm pleased with the court's decision. So in October of 2020, Tati Westbrook and James Westbrook filed a lawsuit against me in Washington State with a variety of claims, which we did not respond to. Instead, we requested a dismissal due to lack of jurisdiction because they decided to sue me in Washington. So there has been a lot of media and interest in this over the course of several months. There's been a lot of channels that have covered this and people confident that my dismissal would not be granted. I have been relatively quiet and not responding to so much that's been said. There has been consistent uploads on nearly every aspect of this case. And it's been hard to be quiet, especially when people are saying a lot of things about you that may or may not be true. But I knew and I had full confidence in what my attorney had requested with the court. We were confident that it would be dismissed because we felt we had a very compelling argument. And we also believed that based on that argument, the judge would rule in our favor. There was a lot that happened.
I should just jump in here and say that no, this lawsuit was dismissed due to jurisdiction. So that's the only reason none of the counts or whatever went through, because once it was dismissed from jurisdiction, it could no longer go forth in the court of Washington. And yeah, so Katie used to think that the jurisdiction card would save her on every lawsuit. It saved her when Jilly Juice tried to sue her, but she didn't have the money to push further beyond jurisdiction. And so I think Tati was the last one that went down that, you know, tried to sue her from outside of Minnesota. And that's why Chrisley and 7M both made sure that they filed in Minnesota. So there was no worry with jurisdiction. And yeah, it's beautiful because Katie's never got this far in a lawsuit and it's a good judge. I'm talking about the 7M one. But yeah, if she had really learned her lesson instead of acting like she had won this, because like I said at the beginning, she actually lost a lot. She had to delete all of her Katie Joy Live channel, that whole entire channel gone. And then she had to delete all her videos on Tati and all her articles, obviously, but they were gone anyway. And a few other things. I don't think she was meant to talk about Tati again, but yeah, it's not like she got out scot-free. And yeah, I just think Tati just didn't want to deal with her. I mean, it's a lot that went on. But yeah, let's get on with Monotone Central. I just cannot believe, like, put some oomph in your settlement reading. It's so monotone. I don't even know how to do the monotone, but you know, I'm not really happy. And just no oomph on any words. It's just all the same, which makes it really hard to understand. Emily D. Baker wouldn't read a lawsuit like this, Katie, you know? Tick.
And online that was really felt very overwhelming to me at times. Having so many eyes on me was extremely taxing, and I had a lot of anxiety, but I just stayed steadfast in my confidence in my attorney, knowing that my attorney was very experienced with cases like this, as well as managing jurisdictional issues. So I was trying very hard to really just ignore all of this outside stuff, as hard as that was. And there were days that it was harder than others. So the only thing that was really hard for me during this time were there were so many just online opinions and personal attacks at my attorney that I felt like I wanted to scream and yell and like defend him. And I just want to say that I just want to say thank you to my attorney, Michael Brown. He has been amazing, and I am so grateful for his skilled, just tenacious, methodical approach to this. I know it confused a lot of people. I know people were expecting a different request for dismissal, but we believed that this was the right choice based on what we were looking at and so forth. So a lot of people have said a lot of different things about him. And I just want to say that he's a wonderful attorney. I am so grateful for his guidance, and I am just incredibly happy with this result today. And I just...
At this time when she was saying this, so this is March 15, 2021, she still hadn't paid her lawyer. I forgot what his name is. She just said it. Michael Brown. Yeah, they were both Michael, weren't they? Memory is not. But yeah, she still hadn't paid him, even for at least, I think, 6 to 8 months afterwards. She still hadn't paid him. And yeah. I mean, can you imagine having Katie as your client? She didn't shut up. She was deleting evidence. She was uncontrollable because Katie is above the law, you know? She makes her trolls do the work, freak everyone out. Oh, you better not go near her again. She's a lot of work.
Want to show you what the court said, and I really just want to temper people, because this is not to direct hate at anyone. This is not to send hate to any channels that covered me, or to even send hate to the other parties involved in this lawsuit. This is just me because I can actually speak now. And again, thank you to my attorney for his incredible work on my case. So here is the request. Now, we did request a dismissal based on personal jurisdiction because I, just based on where all of us were living and all the different legalities surrounding this, they had opted to sue me in the state of Washington, which we felt was not the appropriate place. So this is what it says. The matter comes before the court on a motion to dismiss filed by defendant Catherine Katie Joy Paulson and without a crystal ball, and on a motion for sanctions also filed by the defendants. The motion to dismiss sets forth multiple grounds for dismissal, including lack of personal jurisdiction, lack of diversity jurisdiction, failure to join necessary parties, and failure to state a claim on which relief can be granted. The motion...
I mean, gosh, take a breath. Was there a full stop there? That's a bit, is that fast? I haven't even got you on a fast. Oh, well, yeah, 1.5. Wow, Paulson. Can you take a breath? Can you read it to us? You know, Emily wouldn't do this. She wouldn't leave us behind, although I did, but we're not doing that.
For sanctions seeks to award sanctions against the plaintiff's counsel, Michael SALTZ, for alleged conduct related to declarations of Lori Barnhart. Plaintiffs Tatiana Westbrook, James Westbrook, and Halo Beauty Partners opposed both motions. Having reviewed the parties' briefs in support of and oppositions to the motions, the relevant exhibits, case and law, and the remainder of the record, the court grants defendants' motion to dismiss for lack of personal jurisdiction and denies my motion for sanctions, and this is the reasoning for follows. So the sanctions denial was partially disappointing for us, but I'll get to it in a second. But the denial does do it without the denial was without prejudice, meaning that we can eventually, it just means like it could be filed a second time. So here's the factual background. It says, plaintiff Tatiana Westbrook is a self-described internet personality and celebrity influencer who critiques beauty products and posts those critiques on social media platforms, including YouTube. I realize some people might want to be becoming members. Hold on one second. I'll get you my members link if you want to join the channel during this live stream. Just give me 1 second. Obviously, there's been a lot of hate directed towards me.
A lot. Like, I don't know if I'm willing to wait for you to get a members link. Like, where are your mods? You know, this is hard enough to listen to as it is. It's so monotone. It's very hard to, you know, take it in. She reads like she writes.
So it's been really hard to have live chats. So if you wish to become a member and would like to join the chat, here is the link to become a member. Okay. Okay, so let me continue. So it's an internet personality, celebrity, and an influencer who critiques beauty products and posts those critiques on social media platforms, including YouTube. She claims to have 9 million followers on YouTube, and the other plaintiff, Halo Beauty, is a Nevada limited liability company, a nutraceuticals company that produces products formulated to support hair, skin, and nail health. Ms. Westbrook founded and owns Halo with her husband, plaintiff James Westbrook. For purposes of this motion, the court takes as true the Westbrooks' claim that they were, at relevance time, domiciled in King County, Washington. And then there's a footnote down at the bottom which says, both sides devoted substantial arguments on whether the Westbrooks were at all relevant times domiciled in Washington. Even plaintiffs deny, however, the plaintiff's domicile is relevant to the inquiry of whether personal jurisdiction exists over defendants. And furthermore, the court is, as it must for purposes of this motion, takes plaintiffs' allegations concerning their domicile as true. So it says defendant Katie Paulson, and that was a really small part of our request for dismissal. Defendant Katie Joy Paulson is a resident of Minnesota. Her company, Without a Crystal Ball, is from Minnesota as well. She's an internet blogger and blogger who makes product, produces and uploads drama or tea videos and internet postings on various based in platforms, including but not limited to YouTube, Twitter, and defendants are estimated to have 135,000 followers.
Oh, I didn't see journalist or cult expert or reporter. Wow, tea and drama. Yeah, in your ET quote fingers. It's good, isn't it, when it's true? I mean, this is the factual background.
According to the complaint starting in 2019, she says that defendants uploaded YouTube and Twitter dozens of videos targeting the Westbrooks and Halo designed to ruin Ms. Westbrook's good name and reputation. Now that's the allegations from their thing. It says these videos are presented as expose covering a range of subjects, including a public dispute between Ms. Westbrook and her rival beauty influencer James Charles, the safety and efficiency of Halo vitamins, and the personal business history of the Westbrooks, including alleged legal disputes and business failures. A lawsuit filed in October 2020 in Los Angeles Superior Court by plaintiff's business partner Clark Swanson against Halo, a company affiliated with the plaintiffs. The plaintiffs claim that in these videos, the defendants have intentionally harassed and maligned the plaintiffs or otherwise maliciously portrayed them in a false light and sought to financially harm them. Defendants' video have been published to and are accessible to the general public and have been viewed by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of times. Okay, that's actually not true. None of my videos about her were viewed but millions.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean on your platform. Like, people could have shared it and then that could have been viewed in someone else's video millions of times, you know, because you put it out there and then, you know, remember when you used to go around and yell at people for not giving you credit? Because you broke the Swanson lawsuit first. Don't worry, I know, I got that drilled into my head. I'll never forget. Puppet.
Of times, just so you know. Plaintiffs have sued defendants for defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and $5 million in damages. The defendants moved to dismiss the plaintiff's claims under this for lack of personal jurisdiction because the court grants defendants motion to dismiss on these grounds. It does not reach defendants' remaining challenges to the complaint. So because we requested a lot of different dismissals on other things, like not adding other people that Miss Westbrook had accused of defaming her. She had made allegations of defamation in a video where she accused Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson of alleged defamation. And so they are basically saying that because they are ruling on the totality of everything, they don't need to rule on anything else. So that kind of stuff is like kind of irrelevant, because the full picture was we wanted them to dismiss the whole motion, and that's the one they granted. So the other ones, they don't.
Pissed me off, man, that you brought in all that stuff, because it's got no relevance to your actual lawsuit. And the reason that these claims aren't going through is because the jurisdiction, the case is dismissed, so it can't be dealt with in Washington. You do such a shit job. Like, oh my God, Emily taught me well, you know, she broke it down for me so I can regurgitate it for you. Wow, I am so loopy right now. Okay. I'm okay, Katie. I'm happy. You know, I'm happy with my loopiness.
Don't have to decide on. So when a defendant moves to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction, the plaintiff bears the burden of demonstrating the jurisdiction is appropriate. All the plaintiff's uncontroverted allegations are taken as true, and factual disputes are to be resolved in plaintiff's favor. In absence of applicable law, jurisdiction is governed by the long-arm statute of states in which the courts sit. And they reference Glencore, Green, Rotterdam versus Sheenath, Rye, Haranan, I'm sorry. Washington's long-arm statute extends personal jurisdiction to the broadest reach of federal due process. To comply with the requirements of due process, a plaintiff must demonstrate that the non-resident defendant has established minimum contacts in the forum state, that the exercise of personal jurisdiction comports with the traditional motions of fair play and substantial jurisdiction. And so to comply with the request, the plaintiffs demonstrate that the non-resident defendants established minimum contact, so like making contact with the state, and then exercising personal jurisdiction comports with the traditional notions of fair play and substantial justice.
Okay, I have like a few timestamps that are at the end. So we're only at 11 minutes, and that's a lot of monotone until 40 minutes. But at 19 minutes, I think it is. Hang on, let me have a look. I can't even remember where I wrote it down. I can see it in my head though. Should I jump ahead? Yeah, we'll do little jumps so we can jump over the important stuff, which is how it happens in my life.
So a court applied that we were purposely directing our activities towards the state of Washington. Libel suit against the state of California, against a reporter. And so the courts have sought to strike a fair balance between the interests of defendants who have no intentional connection with the forum and plaintiffs who have nevertheless experienced harm, all while maintaining a principled approach to the concept. Even in the context of constantly and rapidly evolving technology, whether a defendant accused of intentional tort, such as defamation, for purposefully directed its activities towards a forum sufficient to establish jurisdiction. So the original thing was a movie actress that brought a libel suit against the state of California, against a reporter. Circulation was located in the forum where plaintiff did not establish express aim, basically meaning like what percentage of your audience are you engaging with in a specific state. So after examining the defendant's connections, let's get to what you guys care about. It says, after examining the defendant's connections to the state of Washington, the court concludes that the defendant's contacts in the case are kind of random, fortuitous, and attenuated contacts with the forum state that Walden cautioned courts against relying on. Plaintiffs allege that the defendant searched through and relied upon Washington sources for their information. The evidence demonstrates, however, that the Paulson conducted several different searches using general internet search engines looking all over the place and everywhere. And that's like they quoted, Sephora arrived at my house and I'll answer questions too. Paulson did a regular, very basic background check and also noted you can actually go state to state and try to pull up stuff as well. Plaintiffs argued that Paulson must have used Washington-specific websites in their research, a reasonable inference from the content of her videos. However, it is also clear she likely used state-specific websites from multiple other states as well, citing a...
And I'll link that video below because so funny. I did the video of frenemies of Trisha and Ethan reacting to Katie on that video, digging into Tati's background. And they were just like, whoa, stalker. because that's the level of, no one digs that deep. Like, she was digging into like Tati's birth certificates and like getting her real name, not her stage name that she uses for her business, because Katie doesn't understand that. Katie Joy. There's never going to be any joy as long as she.
June 29 video, you don't know, blah, 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 stating that all the information came from court records from Hawaii, California, North Carolina, Washington, and Georgia. All of this is public record. Unlike in Calder, there is no allegation that the defendants reached out directly or indirectly to any residents of Washington for information for the videos, and the plaintiff's claim that the defendant relied on Washington's sources is significantly overstated. So basically, they're saying that they allege that I was using Washington sources, and the court says that they're overinflating that and that I didn't, because I didn't contact anyone in the state. I didn't make contact with any specific state people to make my videos about them. And because of that, I wasn't targeting Washington in that respect. They say that, which focused on Jones' activities in the forum, defendants' videos did not refer to any substantive way to activities conducted in Washington. The plaintiffs proffered examples of defendants' references to Washington are brief, isolated, and incidental. So case, and so the case is directed at plaintiff Halo, which is a Nevada company. None of Ms. Westbrook's YouTube videos were apparently filmed in Washington or even concerns activities that took place in Washington. So they're saying that Tati wasn't filming in Washington and her company isn't located in Washington. Is directed at plaintiff defendants' alleged content concerns events and subjects that took place in California or virtually online. Defendant's discussion of plaintiff's vitamin products is directed at plaintiff Halo, which is a Nevada company. None of Ms. Westbrook's YouTube videos were apparently filmed in Washington or even concerns activities that took place in Washington. So they're saying that Tati wasn't filming in Washington and her company isn't located in Washington, it's located in Nevada, and that she wasn't doing things within her online presence to basically make Washington like a focal point, and that what I covered had to do with when she was in like stuff that was happening in California.
God, I thought she wasn't going to address the Swanson thing there, because it said most of defendants' offending content was made about Halo Beauty, which is based in Nevada. Is that in California? Look, I get so confused with America. Okay. I was going to say something as usual, but yeah. So she did, but she was just going to, she just swifted over it. Didn't really want to expand. Maybe she didn't even understand. Yeah, she understood. Her peas were rattling.
So it is in contrast to the situation, the various facts that gave the article focus, blah, blah, blah. So, and then it says activities directed at a large number of citizens on the forum. It says that its most recent indicate the plaintiff must demonstrate that the offending content both reached a large number of residents in the state and was intentionally targeted at the forum. And it, so they're referencing like how much like articles or like things were sold by outlets. And it says, as mere recent cases dealing with internet-based injuries established, it's not enough that a defendant's content is merely accessible to residents of a forum. So just because someone from Washington can read it doesn't mean that it's targeted at there. It says not all material placed on the internet is solely by virtue of the universal accessibility expressly aimed at every state in which it's accessed. Where the plaintiff does not identify any evidence that defendant specifically targets or solicits viewers, the forum state residents' ability to view defendants' online content alone is not enough to express aiming. They also say plaintiff does not present any evidence to show defendant's website has a specific focus on California or has a substantial, this is like from that.
I am so over your monotone. Like, I'm half asleep and I'm like playing, mouse and cat. That's what you've done to my brain. Cat and mouse with your stupid little cursor. And mine. Okay. That's all I came up to say. That she's annoying. And I feel like I'm tuning out, and I don't want to tune out because but yeah, I think she's going to go into the declarations now, because that's where Laurie obviously came up. She was one of Katie's subscribers in Washington. So that's when all the declarations started coming up. And I just remember what she says about Laurie rubbed me the wrong way, because I still believe that Katie had a major part in the influx of trolls that came with this lawsuit. Like, yeah, Nat was involved, but I feel like Katie was pulling the strings. I feel like Katie preys on people that have mental illness or have disabilities, or, you know, that are easily manipulated. She talks about this in the, you know, in the Gypsy Rose interview with the murder by proxy ladies. And she says that her son, autism, is easily manipulated into doing stuff because of his, like, his brain or whatever. It's like, what the fuck? But her audience is made up of a lot of mums from the special needs community, but then also actual people with disabilities themselves. And yeah, she totally, like, I get shivers. I get literal shivers down my spine that hurts when I think of the shit she caused, because she'd lost control. Like, just even SALTZY being on Twitter. Like, my video I put out just a few days ago showed her losing her shit. You know, she was trying to teach SALTZY the law. She still says it in here, I think, that he was going to face the bar because of all this stuff. But gosh, Katie, what about all your stuff? And SALTZY told her what she needed to hear in order to keep acting the way she does. Because if SALTZY had, you know, let her know that she was a suspect, she would have started deleting stuff and changing the way she does stuff. But, you know, it just allowed her to think that she was clear to keep on acting and doing what she does. And that is how they collect the data. I still think there's something there, like, later on. She's just got to get through all these lawsuits first, and then, you know, they're not going to pile it on. That's just my opinion anyway. But yeah, I'll link it all below, all the videos related.
Like, they just don't, I'm not targeting Washington, they say. And they say that they take the claim that my viewership included Washington's of residence, because it did. We provided evidence that it did to the court. But we also say that that factor alone is insufficient to support their bid for jurisdiction. In support of their claim that jurisdiction lies in Washington, plaintiffs have submitted declarations. Now, these were the declarations that became pretty messy online. And if I can just say anything about it, I just want to say, like, I feel really badly for the way that Lori was portrayed. I was not, like, friends with her, but how a lot of channels went after her and made her be like this very evil person that was doing, like, really terrible things on my behalf, which they're not taking any of these claims to be true.
I never saw Laurie in a bad light. I saw you in a bad light because of things that you manipulated her into doing. Like, you manipulated her into believing that she was your ride or die, you know, that you were closer. Hey, girlfriend, you know how you do that? And then you discard people when they're done, when you're done using them.
I just feel really badly that Lori was dragged into this by Kim Fulmer. I really wish that hadn't happened. Obviously, I did not control what the other side did. I'm so sorry to Lori if she was hurt by this. I wish they hadn't brought her into this.
That's such a weird thing to say, isn't it? I have no control over what the other side did. Really? Really? You had a lot of control. You didn't want to give up that control because of what was being revealed. The truth was about to come out about you and all those, you know, socks. I mean, because this was the first lawsuit after Katie's name. It had plus 100, which, like, stood for whatever, like, all her different accounts that she has admitted to using online video proof, Katie. So you can lie all you want in present day, but we can go back and check in video, line it up to your timeline, and it's, well, it's you. It's all lies. It's everything's a lie. You offer no truth to yourself.
This, and I really hope that people realize that I wish that some of these videos about her would be taken down. That's just my thought, because Lori does not deserve the hate. She's a private member of society. She's not a public figure, and she doesn't deserve any form of hate. She was simply a woman that was dealing with really deep mental health issues, and I feel really bad about the way that she got dragged. She did not deserve that. That's my only statement on Lori, and there you go. And Kim's declaration was just, in my opinion, unnecessary. She says the declarations of the residents who viewed videos and based thereon decided not to buy the products. The declaration of one of my fiercest and loyal fans, a resident who subscribed to my YouTube channel during a period and published videos and other maligning content, maligning the case, and then some declarations from some other people, and then one from Lori. So even crediting the testimony of these witnesses, the declarations of these 3 viewers in Washington, out of the alleged hundreds of thousands of, if not millions of times, the defendant's videos have been viewed, only highlight a vast discrepancy between the case and the 600,000 California residents. The court lacked jurisdiction, even though 20% of the defendant's audience lived in one forum. Specifically, plaintiffs have not proffered allegations of, for example, that Washington's specific marketing or advertising from which one could conclude that defendants targeted Washington as opposed to a wider audience in general. So their argument was that 3 people signed declarations claiming that they didn't buy products from them as a result of my stuff. And the court says that that's like not enough people to determine jurisdiction.
Wasn't there a list or something? There was a huge list. I don't know if it was related to Katie or what. Oh, my brain is so mushed just because I came from the Tati, I was a fan of Tati before Katie. No, I wasn't a fan, but before I moved on over to say this lawsuit is coming. And I forgot what I was going to say because she always throws me off when I look at her.
Because of, they allege that hundreds of millions of people were effectively watching my content. And so because of that, they don't actually have jurisdiction. So the court finds that the plaintiffs have failed to demonstrate the defendants expressly aimed their video's content to Washington and thus have not shown that the defendants purposely directed their actions towards the state of Washington. And therefore, the court concludes that the Washington is improper forum and this court lacks personal jurisdiction over defendants. So, and then our sanction motions was denied, which is disappointing, but I think a lot of it comes down to timing. So it says defendants have filed a motion seeking sanctions against the plaintiff's counsel, essentially accusing him of harassing and intimidating third-party witness Lori Ann Barnhart, and both suborning and committing perjury, and of both.
Oh, wow, man. On your Emily Baker post that you deleted today, you said that SALTZY admitted to you that you had done nothing that Tati had accused you of, which I'm like, what? We could just check with SALTZY. I'm swearing it didn't say that. And this whole sanctions dismissed is what you're claiming was you're going to get SALTZY taken to the bar and dragged through the mud because he was defaming you on Twitter. But it's dismissed. But in present day, it's not dismissed in Katie's mind. No, she's the winner. They settled with her because they knew they were going to lose. Now, do you know where they are now, Katie? Using the information that you gave them to sue the business partner. God, isn't that classic? That is classic. The amount of double suing that is going on. I think Emily counted it out as 6 different counter sues inside the one lawsuit. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of paperwork. SALTZY's, he's so good, a professional. He's so good. One day they'll make a documentary about you, Katie, and they'll interview him. And be like, oh, where's she? Remember that channel? What happened to her? Crickets.
suborning and committing perjury. Defendants rely on, which provides the court may order an attorney to another persons admitted to conduct cases who so multiplies the proceedings in any case. Were ordered, these sanctions must be accompanied by a finding that the sanctioned attorney acted recklessly and in bad faith or committed intentional misconduct. Bad faith is present when an attorney knowingly or recklessly raises a frivolous argument or argues meritless claims for the purpose of harassing an opponent. So we were arguing that the stuff that they were doing with Lori was being used to intimidate Lori because she was supporting me, and that all of this online stuff that was happening was to attempt to silence anyone that supported me, to control in the opinion that of a narrative that was going on online, because so much was going on about me that there was just this need for an argument that they maintained that I was doing all of these terrible things. And I was consistently accused of crimes that were never, ever substantiated. So the court declines a rule on defendant's motion to sanctions, declines it because first, the misconduct alleged is serious and if proven could expose SALTZ to sanctions up to including disbarment. Given the gravity of the potential consequences and because the defendant's allegations are both convoluted and avidly disputed, the court could not rule on the motion without an extensive evidentiary hearing. So when they responded to us, they had a lot of arguments that were trying to like dispel what it was that we were saying, and they were saying that we were the ones that were running up costs and we were doing these kinds of things, but
you were. You posted on the wrong paper. I can't even remember, but it wasn't, like, I think it was double lines or something that made it really hard because the lines didn't match up with the numbers. And then you also went over, like in your response, or I think it was, the judge had to let you know that you used it was too long. Like, no one cares about Dramageddon. You went through all of that and provided links to like Jeffree Star videos and everything. That is legit crazy. It's got nothing to do with you, Katie. It's got nothing to do with you. You want to say, oh, but they defamed her and they defamed him, whatever. Yeah, but let's focus on you. My gosh, when the carousel starts spinning, you just point that finger. Who's it gonna land on? Who? It never lands on you. Oh, if only you had a mirror.
They say because the Barnhart Declaration is not material to the court's ruling on jurisdiction, the integrity of these proceedings is not implicated to the extent that defendants contend. So they're saying that everything that Lori put in her declaration had nothing to do with jurisdiction. And I think that was one thing that people continually kept arguing. All these attorneys on YouTube kept saying, where's the stuff about personal jurisdiction? We were always and continued to stay focused on the personal jurisdiction issue. We were not the ones that brought in any of these declarations. So just so you know, like, I still feel bad about that. So they were not material and they didn't like have anything to do with our case, which I think a lot of people were saying on their various videos. They say the case is being dismissed means, and while the court acknowledges that it has the discretion to rule on the motion, the fact that the case is being dismissed means that the court's supervision of these proceedings is no longer required. In sum, the court declines to devote its resources to investigating the activities of a California attorney not licensed in Washington in case that is being dismissed. It's therefore denied without prejudice. So they're granting my motion to this.
What is she using there? Like, I want to know what's okay. My brain just farted and brought it up to the surface. We're finally at the conclusion. Oh my gosh. And that's a nice signature. Look at that. I bet she's not monotone.
Dismiss and my motions to, or they're denying the motions for sanction without prejudice, and the case is dismissed without prejudice. So, it's therefore, in sum, the court declines to devote its resources to investigating the activities of a California attorney not licensed in Washington in case that is being dismissed. It's therefore denied without prejudice. So they're granting my motion to dismiss and my motions to, or they're denying the motions for sanction without prejudice, and the case is dismissed without prejudice. So.
Without prejudice. She's putting a T, prejudice, she put a T on the end or a D? I don't know, but she needs a drink after that.
Rebecca says, the number of people itself doesn't necessarily determine jurisdiction. It's whether you purposely avail yourself or purposely seek out businesses in the state. Yeah. So there was a lot of questions about, why I didn't, file for a full dismissal of the defamation case as a whole. And I know there was a lot of people discussing, like, you should have done that whole thing. But we were so confident that this would happen that we felt like financially it made more sense to do something that we felt had a higher probability of being dismissed than putting my money and my resources into something that had a potential of not being dismissed. And court judges, specifically in cases like this, don't generally like to dismiss cases without seeing evidence or discovery. And because we knew that the best action to take was the dismissal on personal jurisdiction. So I'm sure my critics will say a lot of different things here, but right now there is not any cases going on, and this case specifically is closed. So.
Oh, did Frida just flush the toilet, or did she, say whatever, what you say in court, like, objection? I think she said objection. That was a lot of bulldang. Oh my God. Nothing in my brain. What's going on?
You can, if you want, look through the documents, but I just want to say thank you to all of the people that have watched, that have supported this channel, that have stood by me and have just believed that I was, doing what I was supposed to be doing. It hasn't been easy. And I know there's people out there that will say that this isn't over or whatever. And that's none of that, like, all of this outside noise really does not matter to me, because this specific issue that we were dealing with, which was what we were dealing with here, is resolved. I can't control anything that happens moving forward.
But you can control how you act from here on out. Don't do the same thing, but you did. Only a year later, because this is March 15, 2021. So a year later, April 7, 2022, she gets sued by 7M for defamation, ruining business, going after sponsors, the exact same thing that she did here with Tati. How can she be so dumb? I don't understand. If she never changes her ways and then she's still saying, I've done nothing wrong, I've done nothing wrong. It's everyone else that has done everything. I mean, look at Emily. She's complete trash. Anyone is trash that talks on you, are they, Katie? I would like to be, if Emily's trash, let me be the trash bag or something, I've got to be lower than, but she's great trash. But yeah, she's almost at 1 million. Maybe that's what rattled you. Or did someone comment under, I reckon, because Emily is covering the Blindside lawsuit, and you were hell bent with, like, being team Michael. I don't know how to say his last name, Ower, because I only ever read it, never said it out loud. But and you just refused to. Did anyone see this? Like, she was totally she's like, oh, and the family, their response, they just slandered him. They just wanted money and all this. Just didn't take into what was really going on, the dynamics and everything, because she's just so hateful. But yeah, I swear someone on there must have commented, oh, Emily's covering it. Oh, she went straight to, do a little post. I'll have to put it on Twitter and then I'll link it down below, because I didn't know she was going to delete. And I can't share the screenshots. I mean, I tried to at the beginning, and when I'm not prepared, it's not in order. But yeah, luckily I grabbed them. Leaf, you shocked me. I was not prepared. But I mean, you don't really have. Maybe Emily could have sued you.
But
guys, like, she's still Katie is still on like 330K subs. I can't believe how slow her channel is growing. You know, it's not growing, but at least be happy for Emily. She got rid of your pebble in, you were just a pebble in her shoe, and she's never looked back. And you're still whinging and whining about her. And it sounds like you're a bit jealous. I don't know, paint your walls, get rid of the couch, become professional, learn how to read a lawsuit, because holy shit, that was Monotown Central. Monotown? Katie, that's where you live. That's your suburb, Monotown. Then you all have monobrows. You wouldn't have to worry about the T junction in the middle. No highlighting when you've got a monobrow.
Everything was very strategic. Like, I'm glad that we used this specific motion because this was the one you should have listened to your lawyer as you did. Yeah, there was a lot of things like people saying that I wasn't listening to my attorney, that I wasn't doing this, I wasn't doing that. I can't disclose any conversations that I had with my attorney, but I'm very happy with the outcome, and I'm very happy with the direction that we took, and I'm very pleased that this was where we knew this would go. I know that lawsuits are in general very interesting for people. I just think that I've noticed over the last several days, there has been an influx of other creators getting sued. And so here is just my statements about lawsuits like this in general. Whether you love or hate a creator, defamation lawsuits are so detrimental to the commentary community because freedom of speech and freedom of the press is a fundamental right within the United States of America. And when somebody files a defamation lawsuit against someone that's covering a story, it sets a precedent that if that person wins, it would have a ripple effect upon the speech of anyone else that's on that same platform in the same arena. So if a case were to move forward in a win against me, it would affect other channels that were speaking about the case. It would affect other channels that are commentary channels. It would affect anyone in the media that is doing cases like this. And
no, it only affects people like you that run with speculation, made up, exaggerating, digging deep, sharing information that should not be shared public. You had your hate boner stroked by Swanson. I'm sorry for the graphicness, but that's where I went. And yeah, probably spent more time with Swanson that year than you did with your husband.
freedom of speech defamation is extremely hard to also determine when it comes to public figures. And so I think just in general, I've seen that other YouTubers are threatening lawsuits. I see that other YouTubers are being sued. And I just want to like temper the community that when you see someone being sued for defamation or for slander or libel, like the last thing that we should be doing as creators is reveling in the lawsuit and gleefully gloating and enjoying someone else being sued, because at any time, any one of us could become a party to a lawsuit. It's actually a very real part of being a blogger. It's something that most bloggers have conversations with their business attorneys or with their insurance providers to take out different insurance liabilities to cover these types of lawsuits.
And you can't get covered because you've been sued before. Oh my gosh. And you know what? I don't even think your LLC is going to cover what you will need to give up. I really do hope that, you know, because with TATI'S lawsuit, yeah, she got Katie Joy Live taken down. She got Katie to remove all her Tati videos, which, you know, she thought she was in with James Charles then. And so, yeah, come on, 7M, get to remove Without a Crystal Ball, or for the channel can stay up, but all the income goes to 7M for, I don't know, until they are paid back how much they lost when she took their income. Yeah, I can't even imagine having Katie coming at you, you know, ruining your name. Like in monotone. Like it's not even in oomph or good reporting. It's just monotone, put me to sleep. She read that lawsuit and all I was like, oh my God, I just want Emily. I just want Emily. If Emily could see the shit that we're in now, like, Katie, you will never be Emily D. Baker. You will never reach 1 million. Oh my God, you'll never reach 1 million subscribers. Yeah, there's no way. Maybe Toad will. Maybe we should all just get Toad to get over 330. Okay, then he could be, you know, sitting all day on his ass while you got to take care of your child. No, it's best if they both leave.
Defamation lawsuits happen all the time for people that cover the media. Rachel Maddow has been sued. Almost every large media outlet has been sued. So it's very also difficult for them to win. A very big one that I can think of most recently is Johnny Depp's defamation lawsuit against The Sun, where the judge did not rule in Johnny's favor.
You're not a media outlet. You're not a media network. You don't have that media law coverage that they get for being an actual qualified journalist, but within an actual company. You are you're no one man. You have got no credentials, no qualifications. All you've got is a label. You're not even a blogger. Oh my God, have you read your shit? I'll never forget when you covered the Schofield stuff. And was it in Kiwi Farms or LOL Cow? Do you say lol cow? I don't know how to say it because I've never said it out loud because I'm a hermit and I don't say things out loud. But where she was, I think it might have been Kiwi Farms, sharing her articles on the Schofields, and they were like, oh, she can't write for shit, but at least she's getting the message out. It's like written so bad, like worse than a school kid, like worse than my niece who's 8. Like it just does my head, and it hasn't improved. If her dream was to be a writer, to be a journalist, why wouldn't you improve? It's because she doesn't think she thinks she's great. I mean, it's the same thing. Why hasn't she learned how to not defame and ruin other businesses, you know, for the fun of it when you don't have the legit facts? Yeah, because she doesn't think that she's done anything wrong. It's absolutely insane. Katie, okay, do I want to press play or do I want to just end it here? I've gone over an hour. Look, I'm going to jump ahead to the end because I feel she's going to give a peace sign this time. She is.
So, your family. And I'm feeling good today, and I'm going to stay positive, and I'm looking forward to moving forward with my life. And I am incredibly grateful to my husband for his unwavering support and helping me get through this. And I'm also extremely grateful to my attorney. And yeah. A lot of people have made a lot of money on this for sure, but someone should have seen that she was forum shopping straight away. I don't really know anything about that. At the end of the day, this is where we're at. So I'm going to feel good about where I'm at today. I'm not going to listen to the noise of what other people's opinions are about me. And I have not spent a lot of time worrying about what other YouTube lawyers were saying and why they felt like this wasn't going to get dismissed. And, you know, my only recommendation would be to the lawyers that did cover this to present less opinion when presenting this, and also to be very clear with your audience whether your experience lies within a specific legal jurisdiction issues or whether you do civil versus criminal. Civil cases are so different than criminal cases, which is why I will say there were a couple channels, Uncivil Law being one of them. While at times I did watch some of his coverage, but at times I didn't always agree with him nor like understand why he was so upset about things that we were doing. I will say that he was by far the fairest in that he understood the complexities of civil cases and was pretty clear that he felt like this case would be dismissed. And I think Nate Brody also, for the same part, felt like it would be dismissed as well. I can't say why Emily was so confident that it not be dismissed, nor can I say why Emily repeatedly promoted various ideas that I might get arrested or whatever. Like, her opinions are her opinions, and I just want to remind people that even if you continue to enjoy watching her, just remember they are her opinions. She's not a party. She's not in the lawsuit. She's not an attorney representing the lawsuit. She is not licensed in the state that I was being sued. She did not practice civil law in that state, nor did she practice civil law in the state of California. So thank you again.
And you just look like the biggest twit ever, because she doesn't need to be a lawyer to read law documents. Like, you don't need to be a lawyer to go through law documents. And that's why I think it's really important that next week we watch Katie Joy read the Swanson versus Without a Crystal Ball lawsuit on the 28th of October 2020, a few days before she was served, because she boasts about Swanson and how right he is, totally dismissing Tati, because what she's been fed by Swanson is what's in the lawsuit. So she believes that that's all true. Look, I told you I was right. I was right about Tati. Look, Swanson is saying it. No, because it matches everything in your lawsuit. So really, Emily D. Baker using her brain, and then the rest of us going, oh, that's her source. You see, Katie, how the rest of the world will use their brain too. It's not just Emily pushing her opinion on people. No, she creates an open environment where we can all come up with our own theories without blasting one narrative, the narrow view that you have for your whole life. Oh, Katie, this is just crazy, because I can't believe you're in the same, the same spew at the end. And I will continue not to listen to people who talk negatively about, oh my God, I sound like a conehead, but I'm giving them a bad rap because that's my favorite movie. I'm so sorry. No, that was bad. But Katie, even that would be a bit of, a difference to what you present. Is anyone else really hung up on the monotone? Oh, it's like torture to my ears. This one video in particular, it's almost like she wants to have the pity tone and doesn't know how to do a happy tone because she won. Okay, Katie. Okay, I just want to see if she does a peace out. I know, we're so at the end of our tether. Oh, yeah, what do you say?
All that ever concerned me was that I knew and I felt confident in what was going to happen, and that's what mattered. So thank you guys so much. I'm in the middle of editing another video, so I will be working on that shortly. I have one coming up, 2 videos in the hopper for coming up soon. So again, thank you guys so much. Please don't send hate to any of the channels we've discussed. Do not send hate to Tati or James Westbrook, and always be kind to other creators if they are going through lawsuits specifically surrounding defamation and libel, because these are extremely stressful cases. Thank you guys. Bye.
That's what I was waiting for. Oh, you totally teased me before when you brought the fingers up to say 2, but yeah, I'm waiting. Look how wide they are as well, and strained. Yes, this is what I live for. The finish, the ending. Oh gosh. Okay. So really, I'm just grateful to get to the end. I don't know how to, well, in conclusion, that was a load of torture that I don't know if I needed. Did you need it? Did we really need it? I think we did. And I think it will be important to go over the Swanson one, because she just told Emily not to be so one-sided in her reporting when she goes through lawsuits. So let's go and watch Katie be, well, not now, guys, not now, but next week. I've got so much time now. Like, I'm not working. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm not working. I'm not doing my stand-up comedy. I'm not planning on going away, which I was meant to be going to London in a week. But yeah, I've injured my back, and it's a fucking bitch of a thing. Like, it's like, oh my God, why now? And I know now. I know why now, because standing up has like created this situation. But yeah, it's got related, because I almost had like spina bifida, And I really do think that the coverage on V, if I had not stuck around and, like, continued to speak about him and then brought in how what I went through was sort of similar, like my birth and having spinal bifida and then being premature and my whole digestive system. But I've been in denial about my back for probably since March this year. Yeah, in March, like, I was on stage and I went to lean back and there was nothing there to catch me, like, my back just kept going back, and so, yeah, I've got, like, it's interned and, yeah, there's swelling, and I'm like, "Oh my god." Yeah, but it's all fine, like, you know, maybe this is the way the universe was sent to slow me down because I was ignoring my body telling me to slow down. Because I wanted to be able to juggle all the new things that was happening outside of my front door. Like, I didn't wanna admit that I couldn't do it because it was hard, like, energy, 'cause I'm not used to spending so much time around people as well. That's probably another thing. Totally ignored everything. So, don't ignore when your body's telling you stuff because then the universe might break your leg or something and really have you slow down. But I hope I'm gonna turn this around. I've already decided. I'll make a positive out of it. And, yeah, and I've rebooked my tickets for March next year, so that should be great. I'll still be going to London, just not this year. And, yeah, so now I'm just gonna have extra time and hopefully I can get on top of, well, this channel. I want to now that I have time, because that's the reason it was just so easy to keep posting, like, Katie stuff because that's all I have, like, I just have all her videos. But, yeah, now that I have time, I can actually, like, bring some different content in. I know I've been saying that for so long. You know, just a dish or 2 a week to break it up just for me. It's for me, not you. But, yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. It was really good to see you guys. You lifted my spirits. Hope I lifted your spirits, even though that monotone of fucking torture, like, it's still hanging around. Like, how do you teach someone not to be so monotone at that age? Oh, okay. I'm just having a look at chat. That's what happens when I go silent. But yeah, I think yeah, so we've got a plan for next week. And yeah, I'll probably see you guys then. But I do owe the members stuff. So members, I haven't forgotten about you. And now I'm feeling good because yeah, because it's the second day where I am not feeling so and my mind is back. So let's just take advantage of the weekend. Okay, guys, go have a really good weekend. Is it morning where have I started it off for you really bad? Either way, the ending is good. So take care and I'll see you next week. And hopefully I'll be in the standing position by then. I'm stuck in the sitting position right now. Thanks, guys. And yeah, give this video a like if you enjoyed it. If not, well, just give it a like anyway. Yeah, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. You know the deal. It would be awesome if you could subscribe and we could do this more often, you and I, over some cacti tea or some billy tea. I should show you how to make billy tea. I'm going to write it down. It's a really good video. I'm talking Australian billy tea. With a billy. Okay, guys, I'm all talked out. Take care, and I'll catch you next week. See ya.